Now, let us answer some questions. In the poem, a traveler comes to a fork in the road and needs to decide which way to go to continue his journey. Figuratively, the choice of the road denotes the tough choices people make, the time wasted on deciding what to do, life is like a forest, or one must travel a lot to realize his dreams. From the poem, we can conclude that when a person is standing at the fork, when he is standing at the junction, when he is having the options and opportunities, when he is having the choices, he has to make a tough decision. So, the answer would be the tough choices people make. Moving on to the next question. The poet writes, two roads diverge in a yellow wood. The word diverge means, I have already told you, diverge means to divide. When the poet was standing at the junction, that point, one single road was dividing into the two. That means the road is branching off. So the option would be branched off. Next question is, the tone of the speaker in the first stanza is that of. Now, the tone of the speaker, what kind of feeling the speaker is having? Is he excitement? Is he in the excitement, anger, hesitation and thoughtfulness, or sorrow? The answer is hesitation and thoughtfulness. Why? Because he was confused there. It was not easy for him to decide which way to go, so he was hesitated. Hesitated because he cannot imagine the future of that particular road, and he is also in thoughts. Next question is, describe the two roads that the author come across. The keywords are less trodden, fair, grassy, less travel. See, first road was more travel. It was more travel by people. And the second road was less travel. That means one road is used much, one road is bitten much, and the second one, the grassy one, is used less. So these were the two roads that the poet has described. Which road does the speaker choose? Why? Of course, the speaker has chosen the second path. The second path because it was less travel, it was less bitten, it was less used. Why? Because he is a risky person. He loves to take the challenges. He is adventurous. Next question is, does the speaker seem happy about his decision? We can conclude this thing from the last paragraph. Two roads diverge in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the differences. When he said that has made all the difference, that is, he is happy about his decision. He knows that whatever he has decided has given him a rewarding result. So the poet is happy. Next question is, the poet says, I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. What is the difference that the poet mentions? See, I have told you about, when I was talking about the author, when I was talking about the poet, at that time I told you that Robert Frost was the American poet, and since he was grown up in the England. Why? Because when he started writing his poems in his own country, that American publishers did not submit his poems, so he moved on to the England, and this decision is the right decision he has made in his life. That is why he says that I took the one less traveled by, because it is not easy to leave your own country to travel to some other country, and since he then gained the reputation in the England, so this was the difference he was talking about. The next question is, write the rhyme scheme of the poem. See, the stanza is like, two roads diverge in a yellow wood. Let us write A for the wood sound. And sorry, I could not travel both. Both is not similar to the wood, so it would be B. And be one traveler long I stood. Again, this stood is in the rhyme with wood, so it would be A again. And look down one as far as I could. Could is again similar to the stood, so it would be A. To where it bent in the undergrowth. This undergrowth is in rhyme with the both, so it would be B. Therefore, the rhyme scheme of the poem is A, B, A, B. Now, moving on to the next question. What do the two roads symbolize? The two roads in the poem, The Road Not Taken, written by the Robert Frost, symbolize the opportunities, the choices, the options which we have in our life, and at that time we have to select one and reject the other one. That means we have to analyze both the aspects of the situation and after that, on analyzing, we have to decide which is suitable to us. So that decision is also difficult for us. So the two roads symbolizes the different opportunities and the choices. Next question is, was the poet quick in taking decision? If not, then why? Of course, he was not at all quick. Why? Because it is not easy for you to select one to reject one. When the poet was standing at the fork, he has to reject one trail and he has to choose another one. It was a difficult situation for him, because he could not imagine the future of the particular road. He cannot imagine what his life would be if he chose one road, and what would be if he chose a second road. Now the next question is, what is the analytical meaning behind the path chosen by a poet? The poet decision reveals that leaders do not do different things, they do things in a different way. That means, since the two roads are the options for all the people traveling, but most of the people have traveled the one path and the second one was grassy. That means the second path was another option for the poet also, but he chooses the second one because he has a leadership quality. He did the things differently.